Okay, so we're in third place with 32 points, and we are 2 points behind Leverkusen, who are in first. And we're into the quarterfinals of the DFB Pokal, and we're in 12th place of the Champions League, with needing 3 points to get automatic qualification. And now, you guys said that we should put D at center back and buy a natural left back. So we're going to put him at center back, and we'll put Koch down to the bench here, as Koch has lower stats than Thiet. So we're going to put him on the bench for Nkauku, I think that's how you say. And our short list of left backs is Udogi. Then we also have Cucurella from Milan, Fran Garcia from Real Madrid, and Jorel Hato, who's a decent left back there, Kadioglu and Matson. And now you also wanted us to use more youth players, so we are going to promote Hanhaidi to the first team, as he has 93 to 94 potential there. And we did sell Michi Batshuayi, Aurelia Menda, and then Smallkick to get more money, so we have 40 million to sign a left back here instead of like 20 million. And we tried to sign Kadioglu, but they wanted 52 million, so we couldn't afford him. So we are going to go with Fran Garcia, as he's the cheapest here. We're going to offer about 30 million there, but they're going to want 34, so we are going to try and lower this to around 31 million, see if they accept this. And they are going to accept that. So hopefully he will accept the transfer, and he does. So Fran Garcia is going to be our new left back there, and he should bring some good pace there in the attack and defense. So this is what the team looks like here. We got Bradley on the right, and then Fran Garcia on the left. Now we did promote Ferrer earlier in the season. I think it was this season at the beginning. And we also have Han Heidi, so we have two youngsters who will be getting game time this episode. Now our first game here is going to be against Real Madrid. And so we kick off here, and Gittins has the ball. Now we're going to get this over to Fran Garcia, who's running on the wing here, and tries to cross that in, but that's going to go off the defender there. Now Chaibi has it, and he's going to try and pass that, but Carvajal's going to hit that out as we cross this in, and that header's not going to go anywhere. And now Vinny has the ball here, but Branthwaite intercepts it, but Modric just tackles him off the ball as they get this to Mbappe. And Mbappe's going to be through on goal here. Can Thiet catch up here? And Thiet actually makes the tackle there somehow, as it goes out for a goal kick there. Now we're going to get this through to Knopf here. Let's see if we can pass this or cross it in. We're going to pass that to Gittins here, or we're going to try and take a shot instead. Now Gittins is running through here, but it's going to get tackled off the ball by Bremer. Now Mbappe has it, and we just need to not let them score here. That's a great block by Thiet there as it goes to Trubin here. Now Chaibi has the ball here. They can get that through to Fran Garcia, who takes a shot, and that would have been a good goal by Fran Garcia, but that got blocked by the crossbar there. Now Carvajal gets this to Valverde, and Mbappe has it here. And we just cannot let Vinny shoot, but Trubin with a great shot there, or save there. And then Bremer's header is going to hit off our defender there. So they're going to cross this in, but Branthwaite clears it out, and Valverde takes the shot, but that's going to be a great goal by Valverde though. Hits it into the top corner of the goal there. Now Chaibi has it. We're going to get this to Gittins. Ekitike has it. Tries to take the shot, but gets tackled off the ball there. So we're going to get this over to Ekitike. We're going to pass that to Gittins here, who takes the shot. And that is a great goal by Jamie Gittins around the keeper there to tie us up just before halftime here. Now Carvajal has the ball. Or Valverde now. To get this to Endrick. And Fran Garcia with a great interception there as we get this over to Gittins here. We're going to try and get this to Ekitike if we can. That was not that good of a pass there though. Now we just need to pass this to somebody. So we're going to pass it over to Chaibi. And we just need to find an opening to get a goal here. Now Menu has it here. We're going to pass this over to Ekitike. And Carvajal is going to win the ball there. But now they're going to get this over to Camavinga. over to Vinny, but we managed to steal the ball there as we get this to Knopf. We're going to cross this over to Gittins, who heads the ball and somehow scores that header. And that's a great goal by Gittins there as he somehow chips to Courtois with his header. Now Kamavinga has the ball here, and Knopf does tackle him off it, as Knopf is on the attack here. And we're going to try and cross this in if we can, but Van Dijk tackles Knopf off the ball there. Now Kamavinga has it, and we just could not win the ball from him there, as they're going to get this forward here, which cannot let them get this to Mbappe or Vinicius. And now Mbappe takes a shot, and that's a great save by Trubin there. So he's going to get this over to Knopf here. We could potentially get the goal to seal the win here. If we cross to Ekitike, but Bremer's going to clear that out. Valverde's going to get that over to Vinicius. And now he's running past our defense here. Can Branthwaite get the ball from him? But he's going to get past us, gets it to Mbappe. And Thiet with a great tackle there. Now Valverde is running through here in the last seconds of the game. Gets it to Mbappe. And now we need to make the tackle here, but couldn't. And now Modric with that's a great goal by Modric there. Smashes it into the back of the goal there. There was no saving that from Trubin there. And that sucks as we draw the game, which is not going to see us get automatic qualification. And currently we are still in third place, but this time 6 points behind Leverkusen. And into the semifinals of the DFB Pokal. And we are into the playoff rounds versus Benfica, where we draw 2-2 in the first leg. But our next game here is going to be against Bayern Munich. Now Branthwaite has a red card here. So we are going to put in Koch there. And then put Aronson in for Branthwaite. And we kick off the ball here. So we get this over to Chaibi. Now we're just going to pass that over to Knopf here. Gets this to Ekitike. And we just need to pass this around since Bayern Munich's defense is going to be really good here. And that was a bad pass by Knopf there. Kimmich gets this over to Koeman, who's going to get that through to Musiala. Kane with the shot, and that's going to be a great goal by Bayern Munich there. Some great passing play there. Now Knopf has the ball here. We need to try and get this to Ekitike or Gittins if we can. We're going to get that to Ekitike, over to Gittins. Chaibi has it, getting this back to Gittins. And that's some great dribbling by Gittins there to get past the defender and score the equalizer there. Managed to get narrowly past the two defenders. Now Elise has it here, and Larson with a great interception as we get this over to Knopf. Now we're going to get this over to Gittins if we can, but that's going to be an interception by Bowie there. Now Gittins wins it here. And we're going to go over to Knopf here if we can. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Knopf and a great pass by Gittins there. Did a backheel pass to get it to Knopf, so that way Knopf can score the goal to put us 2-1 up. Now Musiala has it here. And Mainu with a great tackle there. So we're going to get this over to Knopf here. See if he can use his pace to get past the defenders here. And Mendes caught up to him. We get this to Ekitike. Back to Larson. And that shot's going to bounce off Upamecano there. As Bradley wins the ball from Koeman there. We're going to get this over to Ekitike. Takes the shot, but that's going to be saved by Ederson there. We're going to cross this in. And Koch with the header into the goal there. And that's a great goal by Koch, who has been scoring a lot of corner kick goals for us, as he makes it 3-1. But now Knopf has the ball here. We're going to pass that back to Bradley and cross that into Ekitike. But Ederson is going to claim the ball there. And that half is going to end 3-1. Now Koeman has the ball here, and can Thiet win the ball? And he does win the ball there. We should try and get that to Bradley, but that's going to go straight to Koeman, as Kane has it, and Trubin with a great save there. And we just could not tackle the ball off Koeman there, but Bradley makes the tackle there. Now we're going to pass this over to Ekitike. Pass that to Knopf here, who's still on goal. And this will be another goal here to make it 4-1. Knopf with a great goal there, as he scores to make it 4-1 here in the 63rd minute. Now Koeman has it. Branthwaite cannot make the tackle there, or Koch cannot break the tackle. And Harry Kane is going to score Bayern Munich's second goal there to make it 4-2. Now Chaibi is going to get this over to Gittins. And now we're going to pass it to Ekitike there. That's a great pass by Gittins, as he scores to make it 5-2 there. And that's a great pass by Gittins past the defenders. But now we are going to make some subs here. We're going to sub off Chaibi for Henheidi, as well as Knopf for Ferrer. And we're going to switch Henheidi and Mainu there. Give our two youngsters some game time. Now Kane has it. Gets this to Sobosloy, as they get that through to Kimmich, but Thiet with a great tackle there. Now Henheidi is going to get that to Ekitike. That was a good pass there. We're going to get this to Ferrer, who gets past Nuno Mendes on the attack here. Just can't get the ball there, so we're going to pass that back to Henheidi. Gets that to Mainu. Tries to take a shot. We can get this to Fran Garcia here. I tried to cross that in, but Bowie with the interception there. Now Koch with the corner, but that's going to go past him to Kimmich as they head this out. And this game is going to end 5-2. And that is a great win against Bayern Munich there. It's a very dangerous opponent to play against. Now we have our game against Juventus here, and we are going to sim this, and it's going to be a 2-1 win, with us winning 5-2 on aggregate. And our next game here is going to be against Borussia Dortmund. Now we have the ball, so we're going to kick off here, and Chaibi's going to try and get this to Gittins if he can. So we're going to pass it to Gittins. Through on goal here. We're going to pass it to Ekitike, who takes a shot. That's a great save by Kobel, though. Cross this in. And Branthwaite with a header 3 minutes into the game, as he scores his first ever goal for the club here. That's a great goal to score there from Branthwaite. Now Guirassi's through on goal here. Passes that back. And Thiet with a great tackle there, as they get this to Nmecha, who takes a shot, but Truban with a great save. Now we're going to get this to Knopf here. Some great dribbling, but just loses it there. And Chaibi with a great interception as he gets this to Ekitike, who's through on goal here. Takes a shot. And that's a great pass by Chaibi and a great interception to get this to Ekitike. Now Guirassi has the ball here. Branthwaite with a great tackle there. Gets this to Chaibi, who gets that through to Ekitike again. Takes the shot. And that's going to be 3-0 in the first half here, as Ekitike scores the goal to make it 3-0. And we just got to keep this lead here. Now Adiemi has it. Gets this to Sabitzer. Guirassi takes a shot, and that's going to be saved by Truban there. So we get this through to Knopf here, over to Ekitike. We can find a pass here or dribble here. Takes a shot. It's going to be saved by Kobel, though. Now, we're going to make some subs here. We're going to sub off. We're going to do Chaibi for Henheidi, as well as... Actually, no, we're not going to put in Ferrer yet. We're just going to switch them around here. Let's get this through to Ekitike. Ekitike takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by Kobel there. Now Guirassi's through on goal here. Truban's coming out, and that's a great save by Truban there to deny them the first goal for them. And Heidi's just going to make a bad pass into Bayer there. Now Sansa has it, gets this to Guirassi. Truban with a great save though. So they're going to cross this in probably. But Sansa has it, gets this to Brandt. Pass it to Guirassi, back to Guirassi. And that's a great goal there. Just kept passing that back and forth for Guirassi to take the shot there. Curls that into the top corner. They're going to cross it to Guirassi, who takes the header, but Truban makes a save. And cannot get the rebound there from Brandt, as he scores to make it 3-2. So we are going to sub off Ferrer for Knopf, as Knopf is getting tired here, as well as putting in Koch for Garcia, and then switching him and Thiet. Now Guirassi has it here. It's the 84th minute, so we cannot let them score the equalizer here. Santet has the ball. Gonna get that through to Adiemi, and this is not looking good, as Adiemi scores the equalizer here in the 86th minute. But now we kick off here. We need to find a winner here in the last second of the game. Get this to Gittins. Gittins is through on goal here. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Gittins, as he scores the goal in the 89th minute to make it 4-3. And we are not going to lose our 3-0 lead as we managed to win 4-3. We almost lost that lead though, which would have been very bad. Somehow we lost 3 goals in I think it was 15 minutes it said. But now our next game here is going to be against RB Leipzig. Knopf has the ball here. He's going to try and run past the defenders here. Crosses over to Gittins, who crosses that back to Ekitike, but that's going to go just past him. And can Branthwaite win the tackle? And he does, but Veerman gets it. So they're going to get this to Shesko, who gets that through to Openda, who takes a shot, but Trubin, I think, got a finger on that. So they get this to Menu. Now Knopf has it, and we are 3-0 down here in the second leg here, so we need to score 3 goals this game to try and equalize. Ekitike with the shot, but Girlaski makes the save. So tried to get that back to Ekitike, but that's going to be intercepted. Openda has the ball here, gets it to Xavi Simons. Openda with the shot, but Trubin with a great save there. So we're going to try and get that through to Ekitike, and that's a great pass by Knopf there. Takes a shot, and that's a great goal by Ekitike to make it 3-1 on aggregate. So we just need 2 more goals this game to make it through to the semifinals. But Trubin with a great save there. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. But now Gittins has the ball here. And we need to find a pass here, so we can get that over to Fran Garcia. We're going to try and cross this in if we can. Ekitike with the header, but that's going to be cleared out. Manu with a shot, and that was close to being on target there. Now Openda has the ball, but Branthwaite makes a great tackle there. Now Manu gets this over to Chaibi. Now Natori has the ball here, and they're running down the wing here, and Manu just missed that tackle there. As Shesko has it, they're going to get that to Openda, who takes a shot, but Trubin with a great save there. And Trubin is what's keeping us in the game here, making save after save here. That's another great save by Trubin there, but I don't think we're going to go through here as it's 90th minute already. Now Branthwaite with a great interception there, as Trubin makes a save there to deny the 4th goal. And this game is going to end 1-0 or 3-1 on aggregate. So that was a bit unlucky from us in this Champions League. But we are into the final of the DFB Pokal versus Stuttgart. Now we start off with the ball here. We're going to get this over to Knopf. Now we're going to get that through to Chaibi if we can, but we couldn't get the pass there. So they're going to pass that all the way back to their keeper there. They're going to get that forward to Fran Garcia, who intercepts it. Now Knopf gets this to Ekitike, but that was just a bad touch by Ekitike, who was offside there. Now Undav has it, gets it to Leveling, who gets that back to Undav, who takes the shot, and that's a great goal by Stuttgart there. Uses power to get that past Trubin. But now Manu has it. We get this over to Knopf here. Now we're going to try and pass this over to Gittins if we can. Now Gittins gets that to Ekitike, who tries to take the shot, but that's going to be cleared out to Larson, who gets that to Knopf here. We actually get past the defenders over to Ekitike, takes the shot. That's a great save by Nubel there. So we cross this in for the header. That's going to be a great goal by Branthwaite, who managed to equalize us for his 2nd goal of his career here at Frankfurt. Now Undav has it. They're going to get that forward to their striker. We just need to not let them score another goal here, as they are dangerous on this attack, as Cortez takes a shot, but that's going to go just wide of the goal there. Now we need to take the ball here. Bradley tries to make the tackle, but couldn't get there in time, as Branthwaite tries to get there, but they just pass that past him. As they get this to the striker, who takes a shot, but Trubin with a great save, but it was offside there. Now we're going to get this over to Gittins if we can. Try and pass that to Fran Garcia, but he's going to get taken out there. And that's going to be a card here. And will it be a red card or a yellow card? And that's going to be a red card here. So we are going to be playing the rest of the game with an extra player. Now Manu has the ball here. Gets this to Ekitike, who takes a shot. And that's a great goal from the free kick there to get us 2-0, 2-1 up in the first half. Now Cortez is the wrong goal here. Passes that back to their striker here. Branthwaite with a great tackle there, as Mainu has it. Gets this over to Chaibi. Over to Knopf here. And we could potentially get the third goal of the game here. Crosses over to Ekitike. But he cannot get the shot off there, as the keeper collects that. Now Gitsons is through here for probably the last attack of the game. But he's going to get tackled off the ball there, as Leveling gets this to Diemerick. Now Willock over here is going to get the ball. Crosses that over to Undav, who tries to get the header, but that's going to go wide. And Demirovic takes a shot, and that goes wide. But the game ends 2-1 as we win our first trophy here in the DFB Pokal. So we have our first trophy in our second season. So next season, hopefully we can add like the Bundesliga. But we did end third place here with 67 points, and Leipzig won with 75 points. The Champions League final is going to be against Leipzig and Madrid, where we got knocked out in the quarterfinals 3-1 against Leipzig. But our highest scorer here was Ekitike with 33 goals and 12 assists, followed by Knopf with 27 and 16, then Gittins with 18 and 12. So Heidi and Ferrer have about 8 appearances and 7 appearances, with Ferrer getting an assist here. So they did pretty good there, growing 2 ratings here, Ferrer. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, bye.